For over a decade, the most powerful banker on Wall Street called Bitcoin a fraud, a pet rock. He said he'd fire any trader caught touching it. Here's that same man today.
Crypto, in your view, is okay?
The use of blockchains for money, moving data, we already use it. Stablecoins are real.
And from the other side, Jack Dorsey, co-founder of Twitter, Bitcoin's truest believer. He kept stablecoins out of Cash App for years. His own words, "I don't like that we're going to support stablecoins, but our customers want to use them." Opposite corners of finance, but the same conclusion. What converted them isn't a coin that you trade. It's the dollar, rebuilt as software. 6 years ago, stablecoins were a $7 billion experiment. Today, they're $1/3 of $1 trillion. Digital dollars, the major ones backed one-to-one by cash and treasuries, settling in seconds. Every day of the year, the issuers became giants. Circle went public. Tether now holds more US treasuries than Germany.
So stablecoins, basically fast, cheap global payments, right? We can now do it under 1 second, 1 cent, anywhere in the world. That's unique. There's no other payment rail that gets all three of those.
Now watch it move. Last year, $33 trillion crossed these rails. Double Visa's entire network. Most of that isn't shopping. It's trading, treasury, machines moving money between machines. That's the point. The pipes hit Visa scale before shopping even showed up.
My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable.
And the law caught up. The Genius Act created America's federal framework for stablecoins. As the man who runs the US Treasury put it, the dollar now has an internet-native payment rail that is fast, frictionless, and free of middlemen. He expects this market to grow tenfold by the end of the decade. And everyone who runs money is building on them.
Now that we have clear legislation, we're going to see the Fortune 500 really start to adopt stablecoins.
Stripe paid over $1 billion for a stablecoin company. Mastercard is paying up to $1.8 billion for another. Visa settles in stablecoins across 9 blockchains. And Shopify?
We are going to make it so that buyers coming to Shopify stores will see a USDC on-base payment option, and they'll be able to use it in the same way as anything else.
Even Western Union and MoneyGram, the companies stablecoins were supposed to kill, are launching their own.
We can settle 24/7, 365 days a year. We can then pass off the savings to our consumers.
Real payments, roughly $400 billion last year. The biggest slice? Businesses paying businesses. It grew 700% in a year. Deal has already run 125,000 stablecoin payouts to workers in more than 100 countries. SpaceX brings Starlink revenue home on these rails. Scale AI pays its data labelers around the world with them. Then this summer, the debate ended. 140 companies banded together to launch a shared stablecoin, OpenUSD. All 4 US card networks, banks on 6 continents, fintechs from Stripe to Klarna, big tech from Google to Samsung, the world's largest asset manager, and the crypto industry that started it all. When the companies with the most to lose from stablecoins sign on to one, the money has picked a side. Why is this winning? Well, the old rails were built for a different century. A card payment crosses 5 middlemen on infrastructure from the 60s. A processor charges 30 cents plus a percentage. And while the swipe is instant, the money underneath moves in batches on banking days. It's money with business hours. On the new rails, stablecoins settle in about a second for about a cent. Anywhere on Earth, no borders, no correspondent banks.
That ledger never sleeps. And it doesn't close at 4 p.m. on Friday and reopen at 9 a.m. on Monday. With stablecoin, you can clear and settle even when the bank is closed.
And they scale down to the sizes software sells in now. 1/10 of a cent, 1/millionth of a dollar.
So I'm talking about fractions of a penny here. And over time, they add up to a lot.
Except this time, it's legal. And the part people miss, nobody has to let you in. These are public blockchains.
Our stablecoin network is just a public API on the public internet that anyone can plug into and use.
Stablecoins have lowered the barrier to entry so much to building a financial services product that they can launch a product and scale it to people in 100 plus countries within weeks.
No bank to partner with, no gatekeeper to convince. Anyone can build on them.
What I say is true. Anyone can cook.
And anyone no longer means only people, because a brand new customer has arrived, the AI agent. And it doesn't pay like you and I do. The things it buys are already priced for machines. Search by the call, data by the page, compute by the second. So it pays a fraction of a cent, thousands of times a day, anywhere on Earth. Tiny, constant, global, machine to machine. That pattern breaks every payment system ever built, except this one.
The velocity of economic activity because of AI agents is going to explode. The only viable way to manage that is with stablecoins.
And a whole new kind of seller is appearing to meet them.
We believe that there's going to be a whole new class of what we're calling headless merchants, where it is presented as a endpoint rather than a website with a sales team and long-term contract agreements.
Imagine this, a developer vibe codes an API endpoint serving financial data on public companies. 4 hours of work, no website, no company, no merchant account, no card processor would approve him. Then someone's AI agent finds it and calls it 40,000 times in a week at 1/10 of a cent per call. $40 earned before he exists as a seller on paper without a single human touching a checkout page. And that's the whole point. He was never choosing stablecoins over cards. For this new class of sellers, it's stablecoins or no business at all. The founder who sold his stablecoin company to Stripe for $1 billion puts it plainly.
I don't think it takes that much of a stretch of the imagination to believe that in 5 years or 10 years, the overwhelming majority of the payments that happen in the world just by sheer number of payments, maybe not by volume of payments, are happening via stablecoins and predominantly happening between non-human agents.
So the money is settled, the skeptics converted, the law is real, the institutions betting billions. And the first native customer, the AI agent, is already moving money. This is the future of payments, and it's why Hightop is built on stablecoin rails, not bolted on, built on from day one. One account where agents hold, move, grow, and manage digital dollars. Agents have already moved almost $60 million through our stack. The agent economy will run on this money, and Hightop already does.